They say that if you don't play at your best and still win a game, that is a sign of a very good team. And I somewhat have to disagree with that after I watched West Ham's performance against Watford this Tuesday night. I am very pleased that West Ham got the 3 points, although that performance was not 100% at its best. I still think that a lot needs to be worked on. I still think that we still need to learn a lot from this win and make some changes to the way we play our football. And from what I can tell, there seems to be a bit of a shift in how we've started to play. At the start of the season, we were playing penetrative through balls, good counter-attacking football, but then teams found us out. And we tried to make something different now. And that something different seems to be hoofing the ball downfield. And then hoping we win it, and then just playing it on the ground after that. It didn't really work against Watford, but at least we got a goal through a Jarrod Bowen deflected effort, and that's all I care about is the win. So, West Ham United won, Watford 0, full-time at London Stadium. Think that it's good to break the 40-point mark, it's good to get into the top 4 again, and it gives us something to fight for, obviously. But we needed the win to avoid 3 league defeats in a row, and to Watford under Roy Hodgson, I think that would have been quite embarrassing. And fair play to Watford, though. They played some really good football. They had some really good attacks. And it was just a moment of misfortune on their half that cost them the 3 points. I'm going to go into the starting lineups. West Ham made 8 changes. Zuma controversially started this game following the incident circulating around the tabloid media. That was a shocker. But I think if people are going to boo him, it sounded like Zoo. So, would have made no difference either way. So far past the late fitness test, he was able to start. Diop was dropped to the bench, so even probably Moyes doesn't rate Diop. Antonio was back. Lanzini benched because he'd had a lower body injury over the last few days. But it was a very strong team from West Ham. And I always maintain that this is a strong starting 11. And we put out our best starting 11, in my opinion. Before the game, the players were wearing pink armbands and had a 1 minute's applause for Isla. And that was really lovely. I said in a few videos that I didn't want a toxic environment based on recent events. And to be fair to both sets of fans, that was definitely not the case. There was a lot of respect and a lot of appreciation and sympathy towards the Caton family. I don't know what it is with West Ham in that first half, but long balls just did not work. Long balls just result in 50-50s that we weren't winning. Watford cleared them away. Watford even missed a header through Kucha, I think is how you pronounce his name, that went wide. We got the ball into the box, but again, we have no one to get on the end of it. Because Antonio's isolated. It's the same old stuff, really. And I was seeing a lot of negativity from that first half performance. Souček headed over from a corner. And West Ham was just in second gear a lot. Ben Rama, everyone's saying he's crap. My take on it is that he overcomplicates things. He uses too much flair and technical ability when really all he needs to do is either shoot first time or just make a simple pass, instead of all the nonsense that goes around his skill. Benrahma hit twice from close range and actually clipped the post. Better. There was an argument for handball because Craig Cathcart looked like he had handled the ball in the process, but nothing given. Felt West Ham didn't create enough despite that chance, and it was 0-0 at the break. Watford caused some problems. Emmanuel Dennis, with his pace and his vision, would have caused problems. And passing it back to Fabianski all the time did not help. When you've got a really, poacher-style striker lurking around your goalkeeper, don't pass back to him. Dennis could have been through on goal so many times. So many times. And we got off the hook through Fabianski's saves. Why are we passing it back and sideways in the first half? I don't know. But what I will say is Zuma actually had a decent game at this point. Craig Dawson was the only one who was passing it from the back and actually passing it forward. Second half, we needed changes to our style of play. Didn't see it though. Too many back passes. Too many passing back to Zuma and then going forward again. If you pass it back and then going forward to go back, it's like 1 step forward, 2 step back. And it's not going to work. Especially not against this Watford team, who was difficult to break down, so it seemed. Benrahma was off target. He just made life hard for himself. But things started to come to life a bit. And as things were coming to life, David Moyes decided to make a substitution. Lanzini came on for Benrahma. Lanzini coming on was important, and it's important that he stays fully fit because he is a game-changer type of midfielder. Dawson didn't do too badly again. Made another good forward pass. But still the passing back was annoying me. Why are you passing back with Dennis there? He nearly went through and Fabianski had to slide tackle at the last minute to get the ball out of play. Why are you doing that with Dennis lurking? You know what he does to teams. He's Watford's main striker right now for a reason. Game began to open up though with both teams having a lot of chances, and then West Ham took a 1-0 lead. Lovely ball from Lanzini. I wanted forward passing. I'd been wanting it in the game. Lanzini with that neat, tidy forward pass into the feet of Bowen. Bowen struck it. It came off the defender Samir and deflected past Ben Foster for 1-0 to West Ham. Cruel twist of fate for Watford. West Ham's benefit. Watford then started to look poor after conceding that goal. Lanzini became instrumental in this game. His passing, his ball control were excellent. He really made a difference to the midfield. As for Watford, they made a triple sub, one of whom was Ngakia, the former West Ham right-back, was coming back to the London Stadium. Why did Ngakia cancel his contract to sign for Watford? Why? What's he getting out of them? I'm glad we got so far, but still. Who had the last laugh? Let me talk a little bit about the refereeing now, because some decisions really didn't go in West Ham's favour, like throw-ins and offsides. There's that linesman on the right-hand side. Like, what is he doing? He gave Watford a throw-in for nothing, even though it was like a 50-50 and it came off the Watford player last. Antonio lashed out. Sofal had words and got booked for it. Still, bad refereeing performance, really, from Martin Atkinson. It didn't cost us points, but it could have been a bit more professional about it. Closing out the game, West Ham just kept possession of the ball. Had a corner which came to nothing. Watford frantically kept hoofing it into the box. Ben Foster did so. Fabianski just came and caught it and sealed the 1-0 win. I seriously do think, in a way, Ben Rama does need to be dropped and give Vlasic a shout. 30 million for Vlasic is a lot of money, and I think we need to actually start him in games. Because he's not that bad of a player. You look at Lanzini as well. I think he needs to be in the shout with a starting position again. I don't really understand why he was benched today. Maybe because of the injury, but I think he's now made a shout to start again. I thought Zuma was good in defence. Dawson was actually good. When Dawson has a really quality defender with him, he's good. It's less pressure on Dawson. Rice was a little bit off, but not too bad nonetheless. Bowen got the goal. Really happy for him. Fornals, he was a little bit off today, I think, Fornals. I mean, he played like a holding role, if you ask me. He seemed to play a holding role. He didn't really attack as much. And that's a shame, because in the game against Leeds, he had one of his best games for us in a West Ham shirt, and then it just went a little bit downhill from there. Still, though, we got the win. And important win on an important day, because that win was for Isla. And she's probably looking down at the team, smiling, cheering on the Hammers, and was happy that we got the 3 points. Don't think she cared that we didn't play very well. I don't think she really cared if West Ham played well or not. As long as she could watch them, as long as they got the wins, she was happy. And I think we made her happy today. Thank you very much for watching The Aftermath. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed tonight's win, and I will see you all soon.